Pioneer fans, Pioneer women's JV basketball is live and on the air as we are getting ready to go. They kicked off, they're tipping off about 5 minutes early here. As getting ready to go, Gerwood in to take the jump ball versus Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart. That moved over, tipped away. Here comes Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom puts it up and in. Pioneer with the early 2-0 lead. Rayford Isom has it 2-0 Pioneer as Skyline has it in the far corner. There's a shot from Zoe Reichart. Rebound by Skyline. Moving it over is Melina Reichart. And underneath, trying to put it up. Zoe Reichart. Out of bounds, Pioneer as Bullock gets it over to Rayford Isom. 7:31 left to go here in the first. Pioneers ball, baseline right. As Bullock gets it in, bringing it ahead as here comes Pioneer. Gertwood gets it up and puts it in as that's up by Weber, Weber puts in two. She has two, 4-0. Pioneer with the lead, bringing it ahead. Here comes Zoe Reichart. Gets it underneath and put back by UN. With the ball just off the top of the key, dribbling over to the near side. Here comes Zoe Reichart. Gets it back over to Boucher. Now Zoe Reichart hands it off to Kakarla. Kakarla working her way around the arc. Back over to Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart over into the far corner from Melina Reichart. Melina Reichart putting it up and knocked away by Gertwood. Out of bounds. That will be Skyline ball. 6:50 left to go. Pioneer up 4-0. As Boucher gets it back on the inbound. That off the side of the rim. Pulled down. Trying to get that was Yuan. And that'll go out of bounds over to Pioneer. Bullock to inbound for Pioneer. Baseline right. Bullock gets it into Gerwood. Gerwood on the near wing. Over to Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom brings it up. Over half court for Pioneer. Pioneer up 4-0. Bullock moves it over to Weber. But that's a travel that will go over to Skyline. 6:38 left to go here in the first. 4-0. Pioneer up. Skyline inbounds. Bringing it ahead is Yuan. Yuan moves it over half court. Over to Boucher. Boucher on the near wing. Watched by Gerwood. Boucher just inside the arc. That knocked down by Gottfried. Gottfried bringing it the other direction. Gottfried down the far side of the paint, puts it up off glass. And Rayford Isom with the rebound and puts it in. Rayford Isom has 4 points. That makes it 6-0. Pioneer in the lead. Here comes Boucher into the paint. Boucher kicks it over into the far corner for Melina Reichart. Then off the rim over to the near side. Rayford Isom trying to fire it ahead. That's stolen away by Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart trying to float it over. That knocked out of bounds by Weber. That will be Skyline ball. They'll inbound it baseline right. 5:58 left to go here in the first. 6-0. Pioneer with the early lead. As the inbound baseline right is Bailey for the Eagles. As that ball fired, is that just a little long by Yuan? Taken down in the near corner, Holloway Welsh. Trying to keep it inbounds. That went, stepped on the baseline, Pioneer. With the inbound, Hartley, and that'll be a traveling. That'll go over to Skyline. 5:50 left to go here in the first. 6-0 Pioneer with the lead. As Melina Reichart inbound baseline right. Melina Reichart looking. Now bounce pass. Gets that over to Yuan. Yuan in the near corner. Yuan trying to work against Bullock. That put all the way back. Kakarla has it, but that is going to be over and back. As that will be Pioneer ball as Hartley will inbound right in front of us. 5:51 left to go here in the first. 6-0. Pioneer with the lead. Hartley gets it inbounded. Rayford Isom hands it just inside of half court. Pioneer up. And moved over on the near wing to Weber. Weber gets it back, top of the key for Rayford Isom. Gets a screen from Gerwood. Rayford Isom puts it up. That just off the near side, pulled down by Skyline. Bringing it the other direction is Yuan, as there is a whistle and a foul. As Rayford Isom picks up her first foul of the game. First foul on their team. Melina Reichart, the inbound on the near sideline, gets that into Yuan. Yuan brings it ahead. Pioneer up 6-0. Yuan just off the top of the key, looking to get to Kakarla. Kakarla, and stolen away. Here comes Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom up with the right hand, off the glass and in. 6 points for Rayford Isom. Pioneer 8, Skyline nothing. Quickly ahead, that stolen away by Gerwood for Pioneer. Over to Rayford Isom. Pioneer has the 8-0 lead. Whistle in the backcourt.
Foul is on Skyline, number 4, Melina Reichart.
So Melina Reichart picks up the foul, her first foul. 1 foul on each team. Weber to inbound. Baseline right. Weber gets it in. Now Bullock gets it ahead over on the near wing. Gerwood underneath the Gopri. Gopri puts it up. Pulled down by Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom over to Bullock. Bullock off the rim, pulled down. Gopri puts it up, rattles around and home. As Gottfried with 2 points. 10-0. Pioneer with the lead. Now bringing it ahead. Skyline feeds it over to Bailey. Back over to 53. Now there's a shot by Melina Reichart. That's up for 3. As she has 3 points, it is now 10-3. Pioneer with the lead as Melina Reichart trying to steal that away. Trying to take a look. I do not have a 53 on any of my rosters. As that ball inbounded, Weber gets it into Gerwood on the near wing. Gerwood bounce pass over to Weber. Weber brings it ahead. Bullock just over half court. Over to Gottfried. Gottfried on the far elbow. Travel call. That will go over to Skyline. 4:17 left to go. Here in the first, 10-3. Pioneer with the lead. As that ball inbounded by Murray, bringing it ahead. Number 53 for Skyline. That moved over to Murray on the near wing. Murray trying to get it. That just over 53's head. That pulled away. Here comes Bullock. Bullock down the paint. Bullock puts it up with the left hand off the glass. Just off the front of the rim. Pulled down by Bailey. Bailey moves it over. 53 gets it ahead. That over to Holloway Welsh. Stolen away by Bullock. Bullock coming down the far side of the paint. Puts it up off glass and in. Basket counts. As Bullock with her first points of the game. Chance to make it a 3-point play and 1.
Basket was good. Fouls on number 40.
So that foul is going to be on Murray, her first foul. 1 foul on Pioneer, 2 on Skyline. Bullock to the line. Trying to make it a 10-point lead. Bullock puts it up. That off the front of the rim. Pulled down as that's grabbed by Melina Reichart. Melina Reichart for Skyline. Down the far side of the paint. Pioneer up 12-3. Melina Reichart with the 3-pointer. Underneath that, grabbed by Murray. Murray kicks it back. Bailey's shot got blocked. And grabbed in the far corner. Trying to bring it over Yuan. Yuan shot went a little long. That grab put up by Murray. And that's going to be a jump ball underneath. Let's see. Thought it was going to be. Looks like it is. Pioneer ball. So that'll be out of bounds to Pioneer. Must have stepped on the baseline. Weber to inbound. Baseline right. Pioneer up by 9. 12-3. 13:25 left to go. Weber brings it over half court. Weber coming down the far sideline. Fires it into the paint. Trying to pull that up. The ball gathered up and bringing it ahead. Murray for Skyline. Murray moves it over to Yuan. Yuan, top of the key, over to Murray on the near wing. Long 2-pointer off the front of the rim. Pulled down by diving Yuan, trying to get it. That goes out of bounds. That will be Skyline ball, baseline right. 3:03 left to go here in the first. Yuan gets that ball in from Melina Reichart. Over on the near wing, Murray with it. Murray kicks it back to 53, top of the key, 53. Working against Gottfried, comes over on the near wing against Hartley, and that's a travel. Pioneer ball, baseline right, 2:50 left to go here in the first. 12-3, Pioneer with the lead. Weber gets ahead to Gottfried. Gottfried over to Gerwood, back over to Gottfried. Gottfried trying to get it underneath, and stolen away. Coming the other direction is Yuan. Yuan dishes it over from the far elbow. Shot that just went off the rim by Melina Reichart. Here comes Weber the other way for Pioneer. Weber comes to the baseline, puts it up. And off the rim, falls off to the near side, but a foul called.
Foul is on number 10.
That's going to be on Yuan. So Yuan picks up her first foul. Weber with her first shot put up off to the near side. One more coming for Weber. 2:29 left to go here in the first. Weber trying to make it a 10-point game. One more shot coming. Weber dribbles. Bends the knees. Puts up the shot. That falls off to the near side. Pulled down by Melina Reichart. Melina Reichart moves it over. 53. Gets it all the way into the far corner for Bailey. Skyline down by 9. 12-3. Pioneer with the lead. Over to Murray on the near wing. Murray steps back for Skyline, trying to move it over to number 53, and that just out of bounds. That is going to be Pioneer ball inbounding on the near sideline. Bullock inbound. 2:13 left to go. Pioneer up 12-3. Rayford Isom over half court. Rayford Isom over to Link on the near wing. Back to Rayford Isom, making her way around the arc. Over to Weber on the far Skyline. Now on the baseline. Bullock kicks it all the way back out to Rayford Isom. Over on the near wing. Link, as that shot was blocked, coming the other direction. Here comes Skyline as Melina Reichart down the paint on the near side. Puts it up off glass and in. As she has now 5 points, Melina Reichart kicks the lead down. It is now a 7-point lead by Pioneer, 12-5. Rayford Isom gets it over to Bullock. Bullock puts up an 8-footer. That off the back of the rim, pulled down by Bailey. Murray brings it ahead for Skyline. Gets it over to Yuan. Yuan over half court. Skyline down, 12-5. Bounce pass over to Murray for a long two-pointer. Off glass and in. Murray with her first 2 points, and now it is a 5-point game. Pioneer with the lead, 12-7. 1:15 left to go here in the first. Bullock over half court, moves it over to Link on the near wing. Link gets it back to Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom comes top of the key, now moves it over to Link on the near wing, over to Bullock on the near elbow. Back to Link, now moves it over to Weber on the baseline on the near side. Back over to Link. Now to Rayford Isom, top of the key, trying to bounce pass it underneath the Bullock. Now trying to work her way through traffic is Weber. There's a whistle and a foul. That is going to be on Murray. Murray picks up her second foul. That's one on Pioneer, 4 on Skyline. Bullock to inbound, baseline left. 53 seconds left to go. That's stolen away by Yuan. Yuan comes down for Skyline, down the far sideline. Yuan gets into the paint, puts it up with the right hand. Little too strong, pulled down by Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom quickly head to Bullock for Pioneer. Bullock comes into the paint, stops, puts it up. That off the back of the rim, falls off to the front side. Battle for it. That is going to be a foul on Pioneer. That will be on Rayford Isom, her second foul. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Skyline. 34.4 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 12-7, Pioneer with the lead. Murray inbounds it. 53 brings it ahead. Over half court. And over into the far wing, trying to get it over to Melina Reichart, as that is going to be a push foul. And it's going to be on Gerwood. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Skyline, as Murray to inbound, baseline right. Pioneer up 12-7. There's a shot that got blocked underneath. Murray trying to put it up, and a whistle and a travel call. Pioneer ball with 20.4 seconds left to go here in the first. Pioneer up 12-7. Bullock to inbound. Gets it to Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom, full court pressure by Skyline. Ahead to Gerwood. Gerwood gets it over to Rayford Isom on the far sideline. Over to Weber in the far corner. Weber puts it up and puts it in. As that is a 2-pointer for Weber. She has 4 points. 14-7. Pioneer with the lead. Murray puts up a 3-pointer. No good. Falls away. Pioneer as the 14-7 lead here at the end of one. As in points. Rayford Isom has 6 points. Weber has 4 points. 2 points for Bullock and 2 points for Gottfried for Pioneer. On the other side is Mina Reichart has 5 points, and Murray has 2 points. That makes it 14-7. Let's play a little bit of push on, and we'll be right back with your second quarter action. 8 minutes up on the clock, getting ready to go here in the second quarter, 14-7. Pioneer with the lead over Skyline. Skyline to inbound right in front of us as Boucher has that ball. Boucher gets that stolen away. Here comes Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom up with the left hand, rattles around and home. Rayford Isom has 8 points. Pioneer 16. Skyline 7 quickly ahead. Here comes Boucher on the far wing for Skyline. Boucher looking for a place to go with it. Gets it over. Here comes Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart puts it up. That falls off the front of the rim. Pulled down by Rayford Isom. Pioneer up 16-7, 7:33 left to go here in the second. Bullock over half court for Pioneer. Gets that over to Rayford Isom, just over half court. Rayford Isom over on the near wing. That over to Garwood at the near elbow, trying to get it underneath. That pulled down. Now coming the other direction, Kakarla over half court onto the far wing. Kakarla for Skyline. Gets that top of the key as that's Yuan. Yuan has that tipped away but gets it back before going over half court. Cortina watching Yuan. Yuan trying to get a screen from Zoe Reichart. Gets it over to Boucher on the near wing. Boucher working against Garwood. Boucher down the baseline. Gets it over to Kakara. Kakara puts it up from the far elbow. That falls off to the far side but pulled down by Yuan. Yuan with a shot that off the side of the rim. Gottfried with the rebound. Over to Rayford Isom for Pioneer. 16-7. Pioneer with the lead. Garwood has it. Pressure in the backcourt. Back over to Rayford Isom. Now Bullock, top of the key. Over on the far wing to Gottfried. Rayford Isom on the far sideline. Over to Garwood on the near wing. Cortina gets it back to Garwood. Now top of the key to Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom coming down the side of the paint. Puts it up with the right hand and in. Rayford Isom with 10 points. 18 for Pioneer. 7 for Skyline. 11-point lead for Pioneer. 6:14 left to go. Kakarla on the near wing, hands it off over to Boucher. Boucher comes top of the key for Skyline. Boucher coming down the near side of the paint. Underneath as that put up by Over, trying to spin and come in. Kakarla. Now there's a shot and a three-pointer by Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart with her first point. She has 3, 18-10. Pioneer with the lead. Stolen away as Bailey had it. Now Cortina gets it back over to Garwood. Garwood on the near side of the paint. Cortina with a long two-pointer and off the rim over to the far side. Pulled down now. Here comes Skyline the other way to Yuan. Has it top of the key. Yuan over on the near wing. Yuan puts up a long two-pointer that pulled down. Put up and in by Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart now with 5 points. It's 18-12. Pioneer with the 6-point lead. Timeout call. We'll take it with them. How about a quick message from the MHSAA?
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
15-14 here in the second. So 5 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in the second. Pioneer up 18-12. Pioneer with the ball. Bullock gets it in. Weber coming down the near sideline. Weber comes top of the key. Weber to the free throw line, floats it up. That rims all the way around. Rebound grab by Cortina. There's a three-pointer by Gottfried, who puts it in. Up, they'll say it's a two. Gottfried puts it in. That's 4 points for Gottfried. 20-12. Pioneer with the 8-point lead on the near wing, trying to pull it down with Kakarla. Here comes Pioneer. Bullock with it. Bullock puts it up with the left hand. Falls off the front of the rim. And grabbed down, racing the other direction is Zoe Reichart for Skyline. Zoe Reichart on the far wing. Gets it top of the key over to Holloway Welch. Now Kakarla has it back over. Zoe Reichart with a shot that goes out of bounds. Is coming in. Perry comes in for Skyline. Pioneer inbound baseline right. Bullock to inbound. 4:33 left to go here in the second. 20-12. Pioneer with the 8-point lead. Full court pressure by Skyline as Bullock gets it over to Weber. Weber bringing it down the far sideline for Pioneer. Weber gets it to Gerwood. That off the tip of her fingers, pulled down by Murray. Now coming up the other direction. Kakarla has it on the near wing. Over to Zoe Reichart. There's a three-pointer that just long by Perry. Pulled down by Pioneer. Weber racing down the far side of the court. Weber gets it into the paint, puts it up. That off the side of the rim. Collision underneath.
Skyline foul number 40.
That is going to be a foul on Murray. That is her third foul, according to my sheet. Pioneer up 20-12. Weber has a chance to make it back to a 10-point lead. 4:09 left to go here before halftime. As Weber has it. And up. And good, so that makes it 21-12. 5 points Weber, trying to make it a little bit more. And up and good as Weber puts them both in. She has 6 points. 10-point lead for Pioneer, 22-12, bringing ahead. Zoe Reichart into traffic, puts it up, falls short, but
Pioneer foul number 25, Curry Garwood.
Garwood picks up her second foul. To the line, shooting two is Zoe Reichart. First shot up, off the rim, off the glass, falls away. One more shot coming for Zoe Reichart. Trying to get it down to a single-digit lead again. Pioneer leads by 10. Next shot coming. Zoe Reichart puts it in. She has 6 points now. It's 22-13. Pioneer with the 9-point lead. As Garwood has it for Pioneer. Trying to get it over to Rayford Isom. That out of bounds. That will be Skyline ball as they'll inbound right in front of the Pioneer bench as Perry to inbound. Perry gets it inbounded. That over to Melina Reichart with a three. Rebounded by Cortina. Cortina over to Rayford Isom. Here comes Pioneer. Rayford Isom gets it over to Garwood. Garwood over half court. Over to Weber. Weber comes on the near wing. Weber comes just off top of the key. Rayford Isom over just inside of half court. Being watched over there by Kakarla. Over on the far sideline, that's stolen away. Hartley's pass knocked away. Coming the other direction. Here comes Zoe Reichart from Skyline. As a whistle blown as she got deep into the front court. Hartley picks up her first foul. 5 fouls on Pioneer, 5 fouls on Skyline. 2 more by either team, and they will end up putting the other team in the bonus. That ball inbounded. Kakarla puts up a three-pointer, grabbed underneath, wouldn't go. Again, another rebound by Pioneer. Here comes Rayford Isom down the far sideline. Cortina for Pioneer into the paint, puts it up off glass with the right hand, falls off the rim. And next shot a little long. Cortina trying to track it down on the far Skyline. As hard down to the ground was Zoe Reichart. She gets up, looks like she's all right. Then it's going to be Skyline ball on the far sideline as Perry will inbound. Kakarla brings it ahead for Skyline, 22-13. Pioneer with the lead, 3:07 left to go. Now Perry races into the paint, puts it up off glass, falls off the near side. Saved by Bullock. Here comes Weber the other direction for Pioneer. Weber down the near side of the paint, near side of the court. That put up by Weber, up and in with the left hand. Weber now has 8 points as it's 24-13. Pioneer with the lead, bringing it ahead. Zoe Reichart over to Melina Reichart. Now Kakarla for Skyline, over to Perry on the near wing. Back over to Kakarla. Kakarla puts up a long two-pointer that pulled down by Bullock for Pioneer. Now Rayford Isom brings it ahead for Pioneer down the far sideline. Skies it up ahead for Cortina. Cortina bounce pass over to Gerwood. Gerwood puts it up and in. Garwood with her first points of the game. 26-13. Pioneer with the 13-point lead. 2:16 left to go as Zoe Reichart for Skyline comes on the near wing. Gets it top the key as Kakarla puts it up. And off the rim, pulled down by Bullock. Now Rayford Isom on the near wing. Rayford Isom skies it over to Garwood, but stolen away. Here comes Melina Reichart over. There's a long shot collision over on the far wing as Kakarla is going to end up to the line. Weber picks up her first foul. That's 6 on Pioneer. One more, and that'll put Skyline into the bonus. As Kakarla in to shoot 2, trying to get it down to an 11-point lead. Kakarla spins the ball, bends the knees, puts it up. That off the front, the back of the rim, rattles all the way around and down. That's her first point. Gets it down to a 12-point lead, 26-14 Pioneer. Trying to get it down to an 11-point lead is Kakarla. One more shot coming. Kakarla bends the knees, puts it up. Nothing but net on that one. High arc, and she has 2 points. Pioneer 26, Skyline 15, 11-point lead. Bullock sends it ahead to Rayford Isom for Pioneer. Rayford Isom on the far sideline. Over to Gottfried on the near wing. Into the near corner. That put up by Cortina. Falls just short. Now here comes Bailey the other direction. Boucher the other direction. Boucher trying to get it back over. As keeping it from going out of bounds is Yuan. Watched by Gottfried, hands it off to Kakarla. Kakarla comes over on the near wing. And over to Yuan. Working against Gottfried, works her way around the arc, now coming down the near side of the paint, puts it up off glass and in. As Yuan now has 2 points, her first points of the game. Rayford Isom into the near corner for Pioneer. Now Cortina on the near wing. Pioneer Pioneer up by 9, 26-17. Bounce pass stolen away. Coming the other direction is Boucher. Boucher on the far wing. Collision underneath, and that is going to be a foul as Gottfried goes to the deck. Gottfried picks up her first foul. That is 1-1 now as Skyline in the bonus. Not in the act of shooting. It should be 1-1. 1 minute left to go here before halftime. 26-17, Pioneer with the lead. Skyline trying to dig into that as Boucher dribbles the ball. Boucher puts up the first shot, that off the back of the rim, pulled down. Weber trying to get to it with that grab. Now Boucher over on the near wing, over to Zoe Reichart, who puts it up and in. Zoe Reichart with 8 points. As it's Pioneer 26 and Skyline 19. Rayford Isom for Pioneer gets it over. That put up off the glass by Gilchrist. Rayford Isom has it on the near wing. Over to Cortina in the near corner. Now top of the key for Weber. Over on the near wing for Rayford Isom. 33 seconds left to go here before halftime. Pioneer with the ball and the lead. Getting it into the paint. Bullock puts it up. And pulled down by Yuan. Brings it the other direction. Yuan fires it ahead and just out of the reach of Zoe Reichart, out of bounds. That will be Pioneer ball with 20.3 seconds left to go. 26-19, Pioneer up by 7. Now Bullock to inbound, baseline right. Bullock gets it into Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom over to Bullock. Here comes Weber for Pioneer. Down the near side of the court. Gets it over to Cortina in the near corner. Back to Weber on the near wing. Three-pointer shot. That ball's just short. And out of bounds as collision on the baseline. Gilchrist goes to help up. There's a good job there. Yuan gets helped up. and is going to be Eagle ball with 8.4 seconds left to go here in the second. And rolled ahead to Kakarla. Kakarla over half court. Kakarla for Skyline. Over on the near wing to Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart trying to make her way in as there is a whistle. 2.1 seconds left to go. Weber picks up her second foul. It should be still shooting 1-and-1 at the line is Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart with an opportunity to get down to a 5-point lead by Pioneer. First shot is up off the back of the rim. Cortina with the rebound for Pioneer, bringing it ahead. That will do it at the end of the first half. It is Pioneer 26 and Skyline 19. We'll play a few messages from the MHSAA. Then we will be back with your second half action. You're watching Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we're at halftime here between Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball versus Skyline. It is Pioneer up 26-19 with the 7-point lead at halftime. We do want to remind you and have you save the date. Saturday, April 15th is the Pioneer Booster Bash. It's the biggest fundraising opportunity for Pioneer Sports of the season, and that will be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. on April 15th at Germain Audi in Ann Arbor. Please come support Pioneer Athletics and support all of the different teams with this big fundraiser. There'll be more information about that as it comes. We just want to put that out there so you can block your calendar. Make sure you're out there Saturday, April 15th, 7 to 11 p.m. at Germain Audi of Ann Arbor for your Ann Arbor Pioneer Booster Fundraising Bash. 29 seconds up on the clock coming down, leading all scores is Rayford Eisen for Pioneer with 10 points. Weber has 8 points, 4 points for Gottfried, 2 points for Bullock, and 2 points for Kurtwood. On the other side, it's 8 points for Zoe Reichart, 5 points for Mina Reichart, 2 points for Kakarla, and 2 points for Yuan. That's where we stand at this point, 26 to 19. As we're getting ready to go with the second half action, the officials come out onto the court.
Pioneer will start possession of the second half.
So Bullock to inbound right in front of us to get things going. Gets it into Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom head for Pioneer. Now Bullock on the near wing. All the way over to Gottfried. Gottfried comes to the far elbow and ends up traveling. Jumped to take the shot and ended up hand in her face. That will be Skyline ball as Boucher gets it over to Kakarla. Kakarla over and bringing it ahead. Moving it over is Yuan. Now on the near side, shot that just short by Zoe Reichart. That is going to go over to Pioneer. 7:40 left to go here in the third. Rayford Isom for Pioneer. Over to Bullock. Bullock brings it ahead. Now Weber. Weber over to Gerwood on the far elbow. Back to Weber on the near side of the paint. She's double teamed into the near corner. Rayford Isom comes to the paint, puts it up, and in. Rayford Isom with 12 points. Pioneer 28 and Skyline 19. Pioneer up by 9, quickly ahead. Skyline puts it up. That spins around. Trying to put it in is Zoe Reichart. Wouldn't fall down.
Foul is on number 20, Ternashe Bullock.
Bullock picks up the foul. As that is the first foul on Pioneer. First foul on either team. As that puts Zoe Reichart to the line. Shooting 2. First shot is up and good by Zoe Reichart. She has 9 points, trying to make it 10. Zoe Reichart again puts it up, that off to the near side. 28 to 20, Pioneer up by 8. Bullock with the ball, inbounds at baseline left. Full court pressure by Skyline. Gottfried gets it over half court for Pioneer. Hands it off to Weber. Weber over to Rayford Isom, top of the key. Underneath the Bullock in the paint. Now over into the near corner for Weber. Back to Bullock on the baseline. Bullock tries a reverse layup, gets her own rebound. Fires it over to Garwood. Garwood back over to Bullock. Bullock from the side of the paint. Off the rim, wouldn't go. Coming the other direction for Skyline is Yuan. Yuan into the paint, loses the handle, out of bounds. Pioneer ball. 6:53 left to go here in the third. 28 to 20, Pioneer up by 8. Weber, inbound, baseline left, gets over to Bullock. Bullock brings it ahead over to Rayford Isom for Pioneer. Over half court, Rayford Isom comes into the paint. Stops, moves it over along the far baseline. Garwood puts it up, rattles it home. Garwood with 4 points, Pioneer 30. Skyline 26-36 left to go here in the third. Skyline brings it ahead. It's at Zoe Reichart on the far side of the paint. Picks up her dribble, moves it back over. There's a three-pointer by Mina Reichart, pulled down by Pioneer. As Rayford Isom ahead to Garwood for Pioneer. That pulled away by Mina Reichart. Ahead to Kakarla. Kakarla in over to Boucher, who puts it up and in for Skyline. That's Boucher's first points. She has 2. 30 to 22, Pioneer with the lead. Here comes Bullock for Pioneer over. Gottfried puts it into the far corner. Now Rayford Isom for a long 2. That off the front of the rim. Pulled down by Bullock. Bullock on the near wing. 5:53 left to go here in the third. Weber thought about a three-pointer, and again, hand on the ball, and that caused a turnover, and that will be Skyline ball. 5:48 left to go here in the third, 30-22. Pioneer with the lead as Mina Reichart, the inbound. Now Kakarla brings it ahead for Skyline over half court. Bullock picks her up there on the far wing as Kakarla gets that over to Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart, bounce pass over to Mina Reichart. Mina Reichart being watched by Rayford Isom. Gets that over to Yuan. Yuan on the far sideline, now into the far corner. Comes down the baseline, puts it up, that off the side of the glass. Yuan moves it over. There's a shot by Kakarla. Pulled down by Perry. Perry over from the far elbow. That shot off the front of the rim, pulled down. Here comes Pioneer. Rayford Isom down the far sideline for Pioneer. Puts it up off glass, in! As a heavy collision underneath. As slow to get up, Yuan. As that is going to be a charge on Pioneer. Rayford Isom picks up her third foul. Second foul of the half for Pioneer. 5:07 left to go here in the third. 30-22. Pioneer up by 8. As that brought ahead 35, who I don't have on my roster. Gets it back over. Here comes Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart back over to 35. Gets it underneath. That pulled away by Bullock. Bullock brings it for Pioneer. Bullock stops. Fires it over to Garwood. Garwood gets it back to Bullock. Bullock over on the far wing. And over to Weber. Weber. Bounce pass over to Gerwood. Gerwood over to Rayford Isom, top of the key. Works her way around the arc. Now Gottfried over to Bullock on the side of the paint. That shot just a little long. Pulled down by Skyline. 30-22. Pioneer with the lead. 4:30 left to go here in the third. As Yuan coming down the far sideline. Whistle and a foul. Collision.
Pioneer now number 30, Rayford Isom.
Rayford Isom picks up her fourth foul. As she will have to take a breather. Bullock comes out. Looks like she might be limping just a little bit as well. There's a three-pointer off the side of the rim. And pulled down by Zoe Reichart, top of the key for Skyline. Trying to move over to the far corner. Weber gets her hands in the way off of Skyline. That will be Pioneer ball. Hartley to inbound. Baseline left. Pioneer up by 8, 30-22. 4:19 left to go here in the third. As Hartley in for Pioneer, Gottfried, Weber. As that pulled up and over, as breaking in as well. Here comes Weber. Weber moves it over, trying to get it to Gottfried. That knocked down. Here comes Skyline the other direction. Over half court, number 35. Moves that over to Perry. Perry into the paint, puts it up. Off the side of the rim, pulled down by number 35. That goes off of the side of the glass.
Foul is on Pioneer number 12, Claire Gottfried.
Gottfried picks up her second foul. That is the fourth foul on Pioneer this half. None for Skyline.
Cecilia Miller.
As that first shot is up and good. That shot up and coming. That's Cecilia Miller. And up and pulled down by Pioneer. Gerwood has it. Pioneer up by 7. And on the near wing, then over to Weber. Weber coming down the near side of the paint for near side of the court for Pioneer. Now Hartley puts up from the free throw line and in. Hartley with her first points of the game. 32-23. Pioneer up by 9. 3:40 left to go. As Zoe Reichart over on the near wing, as that off the side of the rim by Mina Reichart, pulled down by Pioneer. Mina Reichart trying to keep that inbounds, out of bounds. That is going to be Pioneer ball. Weber. Now that will be Hartley to inbound on the near sideline. Pioneer up by 9. As that ball stolen away, bounce pass over. As collision, as Mina Reichart had it in the paint. collision as she goes down. That's going to be the 5th foul on Pioneer this half.
Fouls on number 31 for Pioneers.
That is going to be Weber. That's her 3rd foul. To the line is Mina Reichart. First shot is up and good. Mina Reichart. That's her 6th point. She will have a chance to make it 7. Gotten it down to an 8-point lead for Pioneer, trying to make it a 7-point lead. As Mina Reichart, next shot up and good. She has 7 points. It's 32 for Pioneer, 25 for Skyline. 7-point lead for Pioneer as Bullock brings ahead for Pioneer, getting it over into the near corner, trying to race over is Greekin, and up and in, Pioneer. Bullock has 4 points now, back to a 9-point lead, quickly up. Skyline with it, that tipped out of bounds by Bullock as Miller to inbound on the far sideline. 3:07 left to go here in the 3rd. Miller gets that into Holloway Welsh. Holloway Welsh moves it on the far wing. Perry puts up a 3. That goes just a little long. Tip back. Miller puts up that off the glass. Falls off to the far side as that pulled down by Pioneer. Bullock with it, trying to avoid pressure by Mina Reichart. Now Bullock skies it over to Hartley. Knocked down. Perry the other direction for Skyline. As that just off the fingertips of Zoe Reichart out of bounds. Pioneer ball, 2:41 left to go here in the 3rd. Pioneer up 34-25, 9-point lead for Pioneer. Boucher comes in for Skyline. Hartley to inbound, baseline left. Gets it over to Greekin. Greekin coming down the near sideline. That's a whistle.
Foul is on number 4, Mina Reichert.
As Mina Reichart picks up her 2nd foul, 1st on Skyline this half. Timeout Pioneer will take it with them. 2:39 left to go here in the 3rd. 34-25. Pioneer with the 9-point lead. 2:39 left to go here in the 3rd, as it is Pioneer up 34-25. Timeout call. Both teams talking things over. Pioneer has 5 fouls here in this half. 1 foul on Skyline. Foul trouble for a few Pioneer players. Rayford Isom has 4 fouls. Weber has 3. 2 on Garwood and 2 on Gottfried. 3 fouls on the other side for Murray, number 40 on Skyline. 3 fouls on her, 2 fouls on Mina Reichart. Hartley inbounds over to Bullock for Pioneer. Bullock gets it over to Greekin. Greekin back to Bullock. Bullock into the paint. Bullock had tipped away and out of bounds. Skyline ball. 2:31 left to go here in the 3rd. 34-25. Pioneer with the 9-point lead. Boucher to inbound. The Skyline bringing it ahead. Here comes Zoe Reichart over half court for Skyline. Zoe Reichart on the near wing. Tipped away but gets it back over to Miller. Miller coming down into the baseline. Miller moves it back over to Boucher. Boucher, top of the key. Zoe Reichart for 3. That off the front of the rim. Pulled down by Boucher. Boucher with the dribble, puts it up. That off the back of the rim. Greekin has it for Pioneer. Gets it over to Garwood. Garwood over to Bullock. Here comes Bullock for Pioneer down the side of the paint. Bullock puts it up with the right hand, just a little strong. Hartley with the rebound. That pulled away by Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart down into the paint. Puts it up off glass. Collision underneath. Zoe Reichart slow to get up. That is going to be a charge on Zoe Reichart. That's her 1st foul. 2nd foul on Skyline this half. Zoe Reichart slow to get up. Good round of applause by everyone, as we don't want to see any of these wonderful athletes injured as she goes over to the sideline. Hopefully she'll be all right. Hartley to inbound for Pioneer. Baseline left, 1:51 left to go. Pioneer with the ball. Godfrey bringing up the far side of the court, and it is going to be a foul. That is going to be a foul on Kakarla. So Kakarla picks up her first foul. And it's 5 on Pioneer, 3 on Skyline. Bullock has it for Pioneer over to Godfrey. That just off of her fingertips. Pulled down by Miller. Skyline heads the other direction. And over to Mina Reichart. Mina Reichart. Bounce pass over to Kakarla. Kakarla just inside of half court. Watched by Greek and Kakarla coming down the far sideline. Puts it up. Off the rim. Falls off to the far side. Rebound by Bullock. Bullock gets it over to Hartley. Here comes Pioneer. Greek brings it ahead into the paint as that loses the handle out of bounds. That will be Skyline ball. 1:15 left to go here in the third. 34-25. Pioneer with the 9-point lead. Miller to inbound. Baseline right for the Eagles. Miller gets it over to Kakarla. Kakarla bringing it ahead. Kakarla goes over half court. Bullock picks her up from there. Kakarla. Bounce pass. Putting it up is Mina Reichart. Mina Reichart puts it in. That is 9 points for her. 34-27. Pioneer with the lead. Garwood has it for Pioneer. Gets ahead to Godfrey. Godfrey comes top of the key. Godfrey into the paint. Bounce pass over on the near wing. And grabbed by Bullock. Bullock over to Garwood. Garwood steps just inside the arc. Now moves it to Godfrey. Top of the key. Godfrey comes over onto the far wing. Bounce pass over to Hartley on the far wing. Hartley back over to Gottfried on the far sideline. Now Bullock has it. Bullock has Mina Reichart come out to watch her. Screened by Greeken. Now over to Greeken. Greeken picked up the dribble. Gets it over to Gottfried on the near wing. There is a whistle. Blocking foul on Skyline.
Foul is on number 35.
And it's going to be Miller's first foul. 5 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Skyline. Hartley, the inbound, baseline right for Pioneer. Gets it into Garwood. Garwood. And over to Gottfried on the near wing. Gottfried works her way around the arc. Gottfried bounces it over to Bullock. Bullock working against Mina Reichart. Mina Reichart, that over, Greeken, back over to Bullock. Bullock from the free throw line, puts it up, that falls just short, out of bounds, over to Skyline, as it is a 7-point lead for Pioneer. That is the end of the third. Pioneer with the lead, 34-27. Let's play a quick message from the MHSAA. We will be right back with your fourth quarter action.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Save the date for the Ann Arbor Pioneer Booster Fundraising Bash. It's going to be April 15th, 7 to 11 p.m. at Germain Audi of Ann Arbor, the biggest fundraising event of the year for Pioneer Athletics. Make sure you get there and get involved. 8 minutes up on the clock as we enter the fourth. Here it is, Pioneer up 34-27, 7-point lead for Pioneer. Skyline to inbound is Mina Reichart, the inbound right in front of us. Gets that over to Kakarla. Kakarla over half court for Skyline. Kakarla on the near wing. Kakarla now gets it into the near corner. Mina Reichart comes down the baseline. That off the side of the iron. Pulled down by Gottfried. Gottfried for Pioneer. Brings it up the far side of the court. Full court pressure. Back over to Garwood. Garwood picks up her dribble. Needs some help. Gets it over to Bullock. Bullock trying to bring it ahead as that is going to be ball over to Skyline. Pioneer took too long to advance. 7:34 left to go here in the fourth. 7-point lead by Pioneer. As Mina Reichart to inbound right in front of us. Into Kakarla. Kakarla over half court. for Skyline on the near wing. Kakarla bounce pass over to Mina Reichart. He goes to put it up as a foul underneath. And went off the underside of the rim.
31, Clementine Weaver.
Weaver picks up her 4th foul. 2 Pioneers now with 4 fouls. Rayford Isom and Weber to the line. Shooting 2 is Mina Reichart. First shot is up off the back of the rim. One more shot coming as trying to get it down to a 6-point lead. Is Mina Reichart. Weber goes out for a rest as Gilchrist comes in for Pioneers. So it's Garwood, Gilchrist, Bullock, Gottfried, and Hartley out there for Pioneer. Now Bullock brings it for Pioneer, gets it over to Gottfried, collision, and pulled down as Hartley in with Kakarla. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow points Pioneers' way. Hartley to inbound on the far sideline, 34-28, 6-point lead by Pioneer. Bullock with the ball for Pioneer. Over half court, Bullock moves it over on the near wing to Gottfried, back to Bullock. Bullock down the far side of the paint, puts it up, and pulled down by Kakarli. Kakarli quickly ahead to Boucher. Boucher underneath to Mina Reichart, who puts it up high off the glass and in. Mina Reichart with 11 points. It's now a 4-point lead by Pioneer. Over to Hartley. Hartley gets it over to Garwood. Garwood over to Bullock. Bullock for Pioneer just off the top of the key. Pressure coming from behind. Gets that back to Garwood. Garwood over to Gottfried. Gottfried just inside of half court. Gottfried now moving over onto the far wing, trying to get it into the far corner. Tips it over to Garwood. Now Hartley on the far wing. Top of the key to Bullock. Bullock over to Gottfried on the far sideline. Gottfried puts up a 3-pointer, up and in. Gottfried from 3, 7 points. That makes it, well, apparently it was a 2-pointer because it makes it 36-30. So 6 points for Gottfried. That ball off of the underside of the rim, pulled down by Gilchrist. Here comes Pioneer the other direction. Pioneer up 36-30 as Bullock coming down the far side of the paint puts that up, and rebound pulled down by Bailey. Here comes Skyline ahead as Kakarla puts it underneath and pulled down by Gerwood. Here comes Gilchrist. Gilchrist has Bailey watching her now. Ahead to Bullock. Bullock for Pioneer. Down into the paint. Puts it up. That is going to be a charge as Bullock picks up her 2nd foul. That is going to be 6th foul on Pioneer.
Fouls on number
7th foul on Pioneer, excuse me. That is going to now put Skyline in the bonus. It's Pioneer up by 6, 36-30, 5:46 left to go here in the 4th. Skyline has 4 fouls, Pioneer has 7. Both Weber and Rayford Isom out for the moment, both with 4 fouls. 2 fouls on Gottfried, 2 fouls on Bullock, 2 fouls on Garwood. Pioneer on the other side, 3 fouls on Murray and 2 fouls on Mina Reichart. Skyline will inbound, baseline right. As Zoe Reichart inbound, baseline right, gets it over to Kakarla. Kakarla brings the head for Skyline over half court. Bullock picks her up from there. Kakarla over on the near wing. Kakarla bounce pass into the paint. As that put up by Boucher, pulled down by Hartley. Hartley. And a foul.
fouls on number 1.
Bailey picks up her first foul. That is the 5th foul on Skyline. 2 more that'll put Pioneer in the bonus. 5:30 left to go here in the 4th. Pioneer up by 6, 36-30. Bullock has it for Pioneer, ahead to Garwood. Garwood moves it over. Racing down the far wing is Weber. Weber into the paint. Weber stops on the far elbow. And tipped away out of bounds by Zoe Reichart, but a foul.
Number 22.
That is Zoe Reichardt's 2nd foul. 6 fouls now on Skyline. 1 more, and Pioneer will be shooting from the line as they'll be in the bonus as well. Hartley inbounds on the far sideline over to Bullock. Bullock makes her way, top of the key now over on the near wing. Bullock working against Kakarla, moves it over to Gilchrist. Gilchrist on the far sideline to Weber. Weber working against Zoe Reichart, gets it back over to Bullock. Bullock now dribbles to her right, now into the paint. Bullock puts it up, high off glass and in. Bullock with 6 points. Pioneer 38, Skyline 30. Kakarla brings it ahead. There's a three-pointer by Boucher for Skyline. Pulled down by Gilchrist. Pioneer with the ball. Bullock moves it over to Weber. Weber brings it ahead. Weber picks up her dribble, moves it back over that, stolen away, as put up off the glass, rattles around and home by Zoe Reichart. Zoe Reichart now has 11 points. It is a 6-point lead for Pioneer. Weber quickly ahead to Gilchrist, and that just out of her reach. That will go out of bounds. Skyline ball. 4:27 left to go here in the fourth. 6-point lead by Pioneer, 38-32. 7 fouls on Pioneer. Skyline in the bonus. 6 fouls on Skyline. One more puts Pioneer in the bonus. Rayford Isom back in. So back both Rayford Isom and Weber in there with 4 fouls. As Boucher comes down the far baseline, puts it up and in. Boucher has 4 points. It's a 4-point lead, 38-34. Pioneer with the ball. Weber down the far sideline. Weber makes her way down the baseline as collision underneath. As looks like Boucher will pick up the foul.
Foul's on number 0 for Skyline, Abby Boucher.
That will put Pioneer to the line, shooting 1-1, unless it was during the shot. Nope, looks like they're going to say 1-1. So Pioneer in the bonus now as well. Weber puts up the first shot, up and off the back of the rim. And Skyline with the rebound as Zoe Reichart got that, coming ahead with it. Kakarla has it for Skyline. Boucher driving into the near elbow, puts it up, that off the near side, out of bounds. And should be Pioneer ball. 3:53 left to go here in the fourth. No Eagle ball. Hartley to watch the inbound pass over to Kakarla. Kakarla comes top of the key, working her way around the arc. Gottfried watching her. Now Rayford Isom picks her up. As bounce pass over to Zoe Reichart, puts it underneath. As that's grabbed by Yuan. And Sky and Weber with the rebound. Here comes Pioneer quickly ahead. Rayford Isom into the paint. Rayford Isom puts it up and in. Rayford Isom with 14. She still leads all scorers. Now quickly Skyline the other direction. Boucher has it down the far side of the paint, puts it up off glass. Hartley with the rebound for Pioneer. Hartley gets it over to Weber. Weber bringing ahead for Pioneer. Pioneer up 40-34, 3:13 left to go. Rayford Isom on the near wing, into the paint, puts it up as collision. Rayford Isom goes down hard, ball sails. That is going to be a foul.
Fouls on the Eagles number 10.
That's going to be on Yuan. That is Yuan's second foul. Rayford Isom to the line. Timeout called first, though. Rayford Isom will be shooting 2 as soon as we come back. We do want to thank a number of amazing Pioneer athletes who did announce their commitment to play at the next level. College commitments, as this came out just 6 days ago, as different Pioneer players. Emily Cooper is going to Princeton for track and cross country. Sophia Guo is going to University of Michigan for swimming. Sydney Jekyll is going to Lindenwood University for ice hockey. Michael Jennings is going to Concordia University for football. Julius Cass committed to Adrian College for baseball. Sean Knorr committed to Central Michigan University for baseball. Lucy Marabin committed to University of Louisville for swimming. Bella Stevens Mikado is going to Vassar College for soccer. Reese Miller is going to University of Michigan for tennis. Natalie Millman is going to University of Michigan for field hockey. Julianne Poland is going to Kalamazoo College for tennis. And Kate Solden is going to Villanova University for field hockey. Congratulations to all those athletes who are going to play at the next level. Congratulations to everyone who might play at a club level sport. Congratulations to everyone who's just continuing the academic career. First shot up off the back of the rim for Rayford Isom. She'll have one more coming. Trying to get it out to a 7-point lead, 40-37. Pioneer with the lead. Next shot up off the back of the rim for Rayford Isom. That pulled down by Yuan. Yuan battle for it. Here comes Kakarla. Kakarla over on the near side to Zoe Reichert. Zoe Reichert puts it up over to Murray. Murray's shot comes off the side of the rim. Zoe Reichert trying to put it up. That tipped away. Out of bounds. That it's going to stay. Skyline ball. 2:54 left to go here in the fourth. 40-34. Pioneer with the lead. Boucher to inbound for Skyline. Baseline left. Boucher, now there's a long two-pointer by Kakarla. Rebound put up and in by Yuan. As Yuan has 4 points. As 4-point lead by Pioneer. Bullock has it. Pioneer calls a timeout. 2:41 left to go here in the fourth. 4-point lead by Pioneer, 40-36. Let's play push on really quickly to keep Pioneer fired up, you fired up, everybody fired up. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 4-point lead by Pioneer, 40-38. Both teams in the bonus. Pioneer with 7 fouls and Skyline with 8 fouls. 2 more for Skyline, and Pioneer will be shooting 2 from the line. Ball to be inbounded baseline left by Weber. Again, foul trouble. Weber and Rayford Isom both have 4 fouls for Pioneer. As that ball inbounded to Rayford Isom for Pioneer. Rayford Isom gets it back over to Weber. Weber bringing it ahead. Full court pressure by Skyline. Bounce pass over Rayford Isom. Has it Rayford Isom at the free throw line. Gets it over to Garwood. Back underneath to Rayford Isom. Up and in! Rayford Isom with 16 points. Pioneer up 42-36. As Kakarla brings it ahead for Skyline. And that put up as Zoe Reichart trying to get into the paint. Travel called on Skyline. Pioneer ball is Weber. Will inbound baseline left. Here comes Pioneer. Rayford Isom back over to Weber. 2:12 left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer up 42-36. That ball over to Rayford Isom now. Gottfried has it on the far sideline. Gottfried just inside of half court. That tipped away. Here comes Boucher. Boucher into the paint. Gottfried gets in the way, but a whistle and a foul. That is going to be a foul on Gottfried. That is her 3rd foul. So now Rayford Isom and Weber both with 4. Gottfried with 3 fouls. On the other side, one person with 3. That's number 40, Murray. Boucher to the line, trying to get it back to a 4-point game. First shot up by Boucher. Up off the back of the rim, falls off to the near side. One more shot coming. Boucher, 4 points today in today's game. Both from the field. Boucher eyes the rim, bends the knees, puts it up. That off the back of the rim. Pulling it down, trying to get it is Zoe Reichart. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow point Skyline's way. So Skyline will inbound baseline left with 1 minute 53 seconds left to go. Pioneer up by 6. Skyline with a chance to try and cut it to 4 or 3 points, depending on what they get. Boucher gets it in. Now Zoe Reichart underneath the glass. That pulled down as Rayford Isom got it over to Weber. Weber brings it for Pioneer. Weber over half court. Weber comes, pops it over, and put up by Bullock, and wouldn't go, but a foul. Bullock will go to the line, shooting 2. Fouls on Yuan. That is going to be the 3rd foul on Yuan. So now both Murray and Yuan both have 3 fouls for Skyline. Bullock trying to get it back out to a 8-point lead. Spins the ball. Dribbles, bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Hit off the back of the rim and down. Bullock has 7 points, trying to make it 8. Rayford Isom, Weber, and Gerwood all back beyond half court, trying to provide pressure. It's just Gottfried on the line. Second shot up and good by Bullock. Bullock with 8 points. Pioneer up by 8. Quickly ahead. Boucher for Skyline. And kick back over to Zoe Reichard. Zoe Reichard had that shot blocked. Hold down by Bullock. Bullock ahead to Rayford Isom. Rayford Isom coming ahead for Pioneer. Rayford Isom down the side of the paint. Collision underneath. And with Yuan. Yuan picks up her 4th foul. So now both Yuan, Rayford Isom, and Weber all with 4 fouls. That is 10 fouls now on Skyline. So Pioneer in the double bonus. They'll be shooting 2 from now on. Rayford Isom puts up the first shot and nothing but net. 17 points for Rayford Isom. 1 more coming. Trying to get it back to a 10-point lead with 1:23 left to go. Second shot by Rayford Isom. Nothing but net on that. 18 points to lead all scores. Rayford Isom. Now Kakarla coming ahead for Skyline over half court. Kakarla over on the far wing. Kakarla gets it over to Boucher. Boucher on the far sideline trying to dribble into the paint. The ball picked up by Weber. Weber gets it over to Gottfried for Pioneer. Back to Weber. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Rayford Isom over to Bullock. Back to Rayford Isom, who puts it up and in. Rayford Isom with 20 points. 57 seconds left to go. Skyline brings ahead as Kakarla gets it back over as Yuan trying to come down the far side of the paint, blocking foul.
Pioneer foul is on number 12, player Gottfried.
As Gottfried picks up her 4th foul. Now there's 4 people with 4 fouls in the game. 51.4 seconds left to go. 8-point lead by Pioneer. Yuan, one of the people who have 4 fouls, the only person with 4 fouls on Skyline, at the line shooting 2. Coming in, Oliphant comes in for Pioneer. Oliphant, Gilchrist, Gottfried, Weber out there, as well as Rayford Isom. Yuan puts up the first shot, and that is good. Yuan with 5 points, looking to make it 6. Trying to get it back to a 10-point lead by Pioneer. Pioneer 48, Skyline 37. Yuan toes the line, dribbles the ball, spins it again, puts it up, and that off the back of the rim, and pulled down by Yuan. Yuan over that on the far side. Zoe Reichard puts it up. That tipped up in the air as Oliphant has it. Oliphant for Pioneer. That's stolen away by Yuan, who puts it up off glass and in. And Yuan now has 7 points. It is a 9-point lead by Pioneer. 29 seconds left to go. Rayford Isom puts it up off glass, falls off the far side. Rayford Isom with her own rebound puts it up for Pioneer. That off the rim. Kakarla has it for Skyline. Kakarla puts it ahead. Here comes Zoe Reichart underneath the Bailey. Bailey shot pulled down. Rayford Isom got in the way. 11.5 seconds left to go. As looks like Pioneer's ball, as there is an injury to Yuan. We hope she's all right. She is holding her elbow and goes off to the sideline as she'll be looked at, as we hope she is all right. You never want to see any of these wonderful young athletes injured. Weber to inbound, gets it. Now Gottfried brings it with 10 seconds left to go by Pioneer. Pioneer up by 9. Gottfried brings it over on the near wing. Skyline still tight coverage, playing hard. Gottfried spinning with it, and that will do it. Pioneer with the win as the freshman team won 26-23 here in the JV contest. 48-39. Pioneer with a 9-point win. For my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. We will be right back with the varsity game.